Welcome to this video on how to initiate with men in a way that is feminine and connecting rather than disconnecting and kind of off-putting in dating. This is the Sovereign Dating channel where you learn to create allure, connect to your own deep allure, and create relationships that are empowered and fulfilling and joyful and fun at the same time. I'm your host, Alana Mackenzie Page. I'm a dating and intimacy coach and author of the book, The Art of Feminine Seduction. So let's get into initiating with men. Yes, you have found a feminine energy dating coach who doesn't say don't initiate with men. I believe in creating relationships that are empowered, and this means to me in some ways that you are not just waiting around all the time for whatever someone else decides to do. I fully believe that you get to do what you want to do also. And yet there are some caveats to this. There are some ways that I recommend that you do this initiating in a way that is empowered, but also relational and creates the kind of response that you want, because you likely still want to be pursued. You still want someone to actively put in effort. That's what it's about. You want someone to still be putting in effort, and you're not just initiating and then doing all the work. You want to be initiating in a way that creates some effort on the other side, or some response from the other side, we could say, that is relational and creates co-working, co-creating, rather than just you initiate and then you plan and then you execute and then you are the one doing all the work all the time. We don't want to be doing that. So before we dive in, let's look at 2 ways to not initiate. One thing you don't want to do when you initiate, so number 1 is you don't want to criticize. And what this usually looks like is you language. You don't want to be initiating with a you did something, right? You don't want to be initiating in a way that says like, you've been kind of quiet lately, okay? So you're not going to be initiating with any kind of you've done this language. That's not going to create a good initiation, a good response, we could say. That's not a good initiation to receive a fun, connecting responses, which is probably what you want in dating. So instead of saying anything that could be taken as a criticism, leaving the other person completely out of your reconnection, right? You want to say, let's talk again, right? You're not going to say, you've been quiet. You're not going to say, I haven't seen you in a while, right? You disappeared, right? You're not going to insinuate any of you are doing something that I don't like, right? Anything that can be kind of this criticism of their behavior, just leave that out. You don't need that. And I'm going to tell you what you can use instead, so don't worry about it. But the other thing to not to use is to not complain. So instead of saying something like this has been very pen pally, right? Like, oh, this, I'm not really looking for a pen pal. This is kind of unfortunate, right? Like there's kind of this complaining element, right? To like, something's going wrong here is what you're pointing out, that something's wrong for you. It's not going to go over very well in these kind of early dating stage. You want to be really clean about your energy. You want to be really clean and clear about your communication and not be getting into that kind of complaining space where it's like, this is not working for me, right? That kind of tone, like this is not working for me. You don't want to be putting that in the space either. What you do want to do, let's do that because that's more fun. You do want to start with how you are feeling and what's going on for you. So some great lines in this case are something like, I've been thinking of you. This one works all the time for any situation. So that's why I really love that, because you are. That's literally what is happening for you when you want someone to be doing something that they're not doing and you have to initiate. You're thinking about them. So all you have to do is just let them know that they're on your mind. I am thinking about you. You can also make this more personal, right? I've been thinking about the time we something, right? Just a good memory that you have about them. Or I'm thinking about our conversation, the last conversation we had. Just really letting the other person know that they matter to you and why can be so powerful and really exciting to receive from a text like that, right? It can really create this kind of like, oh, this person does care about me, right? Because you don't know what's going on for the other person on the other side of this dating connection. You don't know what's going on for them. And maybe what's going on for them is they think you don't really care about them. That's definitely a very big possibility, right? So if you want to be creating this relationship which is secure attachment and full of connection and honesty, let them know that you are thinking about them, or you are missing them, you are feeling something about them. Just let them know that, without the complaining, right? Without the complaining or the blaming, the criticizing, just keeping it nice and in your space, your own space. What's going on for you about the connection? Then the next thing that you want to do, if there's something specific you want, if it's really just attention, you can just leave it at that. You can just say, I've been thinking about you, I hope you're well, right? That's a lovely text. If there's something that you really are hoping to receive from them, rather than just waiting, for them to maybe figure it out or whatever, I would love it if you're direct, if you're clear and direct. And the way that you do this in an initiation is not necessarily to say like, can we hang out? I need to see you. Rather than putting that kind of pressure on the other person, again, you're really keeping it in your space rather than putting it in their space. Just talk about what you would love for them to do or for you to do together. I'd love to talk to you on the phone sometime, right? So you've got this, you could say this little formula is like, I've been thinking about you, I'd love to connect with you soon, right? I've been thinking about you, I would love to speak on the phone this weekend, right? Something like that, just very simple, all in your space. There's no blaming, there's no criticizing, there's no, you need to do this for me. None of that should be in the space. You don't want any of that kind of putting something on the other person to be in the space. You want to keep it all on you and all about you and your desire, your feelings, your thoughts, and what's going on for you. So how do you need to initiate in your next conversation? Leave a comment down below if there's somebody that you've been thinking about initiating with and you just can't figure out what to say. Put a comment down below. I'll try to help you out. And otherwise, if this has been helpful, please like and subscribe, and you will be tuned. You'll be signed up then for more tips like this on how to date in your empowered feminine energy. Not having to wait forever for men to initiate every single thing, even though you know clearly what you want and you're ready to make it happen. So go ahead, give this a try, let me know how it goes, and leave your questions and comments in the comment section below, and I hope to see you in the next video soon.